Businesses and political leaders never tire of repeating that globalization is the future, that it delivers more jobs and higher incomes. In many ways, yes, having access to things quickly and easily at a fraction of the cost is our future, and we do still have more jobs. But at what cost is this future we're living in? Many attribute globalization to the loss of the local, unique traditions that is created within a community. I would like to look at this aspect of community through the lens of the 2016 game Stardew Valley. The game places yourself in a community town filled with the likes of farmers, fishermen, greengrocers, builders, and the ever so hated superstore. In the beginning of the game, you inherit your grandfather's farm and the townsfolk lead you down a path of community. But you are given the choice to acquire a membership from the supermarket, which will lower the prices and help the company buy out a building as a warehouse, which otherwise could have been the community centre. By establishing this narrative, the game provides a negative outlook of how globalisation impacts locations on a grassroots level. Firstly, there's an idea that Carlo Petrini calls slow food. This is presented through various different philosophies, almost all boiling down to the idea of the greengrocer versus the supermarket. As Cunningham states, there's a push for consumers to buy from locally led shops and disregard the masses. This in turn reflects the importance of taste, locality, sharing and activism. Many of these attributes are shown throughout the game, such as through fairs, festivals and potlucks, all which have a centre around local produce. Importantly, Morris, the manager of the Joja supermarket, never attends these events and is thus shunned from the community because of their monetary ambitions. Whereas, the greengrocer, as well as other local shop owners, frequent these events and even provide catering. This importance of community and local cuisine highlights the perspective this media provides, which is that of a negative outlook on globalisation and therefore a favourable ideal of localism. However, when looking at the ways that globalisation is often battled, there is a group that is congratulated the most: the middle class activists. These are the ones who can afford to make conscious decisions of what they consume, and they often fall prey to being activists solely through monetary means, i.e. shopping locally because they don't just have the money, but they also have the time, the knowledge and the means. For instance, when looking at Pierre's shop, they are open from 9 AM till 5 PM and closed on Wednesdays, whereas Joja, the supermarket, is open 9 AM till 11 PM and open every day. What's more, although you cannot purchase everything in the store, there is abundance of selection at Joja compared to the limited at Pierre's. This highlights the industrial feel big chains like these tend to illuminate, in which their crops and foodstuff do not rely on seasonality and locality, like the greengrocers, as they have a constant supply ready to be shelved. This notion of convenience within consumerism is depicted within the game by its real-world similarities to some of the benefits globalisation has brought. However, it frames it within a setting that feels unnatural within the community, thereby, again, establishing a bias for localism rather than globalisation. Overall, the townsfolk in Stardew Valley spend their money frivolously on events, but expect you, the player, who arrived with next to no money, to fix a lot of their problems, such as damaged bridges, broken buses, and an unused community centre. Once you fix all the problems, the community praise you for your efforts and friendships increase. Also, as a stab to corporations, instead of the community centre being an empty building, it begins to thrive once more, and the Joja Mart goes out of business. A win for the locals and a loss for globalisation. Whether intentional or not, the creators of this game have infused it with a negative impression of globalisation, which may influence the gamer to reproduce these local shopping habits in the real world.